हनी का पीछे ज़्यादा मूव मत करना।
Yeah.
The Bank of England vault.
मूव मत करना, वो मूव कर रही है यार।
Okay, sir, in the black t-shirt.
नहीं ठीक है बैठो, आराम से बैठो।
आपको क्या फ्री चाहिए?
जिम मेंबरशिप फॉर लाइफ।
Oh, nice. Nadi?
Cloud Opus. AI for free is good, right? In future.
Yeah.
That time.
with limit tokens, or do you want
Unlimited. That's something. Unlimited free tokens.
Okay, you sir.
Any company.
Any company? Okay. Linky?
Free salary.
Free salary.
No work.
Okay, then
Travel.
travel free. Yeah, that's expensive, like tickets and all. Salish. Gold.
Yes, we have 20-30 years. We have started the life.
Everybody is like gold price gonna high. I wanna have the gold. Ganesh,
I need to think. अभी कुछ ऐसा नहीं है.
you don't want anything. I'm a saint. I was just going to the mountains. I don't need anything. Money. Oh, Sanchita. Traveling to your coast.
Apartment.
Apartment. Ah, nice one. Okay.
Maybe free business class travel over the life.
Okay. Nice.
Free business coach.
Oh, Bhavesh, are you ready? Ishita?
Education.
Education. Ah, good. Vishwaji?
Already told land.
5,000 acres of land for free. In the
भाई
imagination.
कहाँ पे चाहिए तो बता दे। कच्छ में मिल गया तो क्या कर लेगा? कच्छ में मिल जाए तो क्या कर लेगा?
I need free.
If you want something for free, what would that be? Anything?
That's peace.
Peace. Thoughtful, huh? It's like very philosophical. I want peace for free. I don't want to pay Bhavesh for coaching. I'm not even a businessman. Don't worry. All right. So this is the thing. When you want something for free, you can have a wild imagination. Why can't we have that wild imagination with the money? Why are we not thinking that, hey, I can work hard and maybe grab that? I mean, I'm not sure how many of you thought about having 5 acres of land just out of nowhere, like working in your workspace. Did you think? I'm not sure, no. But since you hear this word, I want for free, and your mind goes like, oh, I can have this, and everything. So maybe you can still have that, but not like 5,000 acres of land. We can still have our wild imagination, and we can still pursue that passion or any of our dream. And a part of that is communication and leadership skills. And that's what we are here for. We're here for learning that, GTMC, and for that, our Toastmaster International has set up a mission, which I'm going to read out to you. Let's focus on that and keep the momentum going and start the meeting. So the mission of our Toastmaster Club Toastmaster International is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communications and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And the core values are integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And before starting the meeting, I would like to set some of the ground rules, which we all must have to adhere with. That is, please put your phone on silent or turn it off so that it does not disturb ongoing meeting. So please take your phones, take your 5 seconds. The second ground rule is, as Toastmaster, we don't talk about sex, religion, politics. Please refrain from discussing these in a derogatory manner. Please do not cross-talk or interrupt when a speaker is here and speaking, so that it does not disturb the flow of the meeting. And please take entry or exit of the room while applauding, so that it does not break the continuity of the speaker. And I hope that you guys have a great learning and a working session today. Over to presiding officer Saurav. First, my DTM Saurav.
Thank you, Sachin. I think you conducted most of my role. You made my job a little bit easier. But then again, welcome everyone to another edition of Postmasters. And today's session will be interesting. We'll be having a lot of speakers over here and some interesting table topics and a very interesting theme, which is elevator pitch. I think this is something you must have seen in movies, how a single small pitch can just change your life from here to here. So that is something I'm looking forward to, like what exactly is that in that topic. But being said that, let me just give you a brief of what the structure of the meeting will look like moving forward. First, we'll be having prepared speeches. These are speeches which our members have worked really hard on, and they're going to present their speeches. Then in segment 2, we're going to have table topics. Table topics is nothing but external speaking. You have to come on stage, you have a topic at random, and you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. And the third part of the meeting is all about evaluation. You have come on the stage, you have performed a certain way, but you need to improve from here. And right evaluation is the most important. So you'll be learning what are the aspects that a person can improve upon. And also passively learning what specific evaluations are given so that you also can inculcate that habit in you as well. With that being said, I see a lot of fresh faces over here, a lot of guests over here. Let's get to know who you are, just your name, where do you work or what is your work life, and third is what brought you here. So let's start with
So, can I sit and speak?
up to you, whatever you like.
Okay. My name is Minnie Verma, and currently I am taking care of a special needs adult in my life, and he takes most of my time. Apart from that, just being with him has helped me to understand myself in ways that I did not know. So it's basically self-discovery that is happening. And during this journey, I realized that I need to have some balance when I'm, communicating. Either I spill all my beans altogether, or I absolutely don't share at all. So I'm here to learn to balance and have some discretion, like how much I want to reveal and how to actually communicate in an effective way. So I'm going to give it a try if it helps. Thank you. Thank you.
You will learn precise communication. I think you are the right place to learn precise communication. With that being said, let's get to know you as well, our senior guest.
No, I'm no longer a guest.
You know, let's get to know you.
So hi everyone, I am Mohit and I'm working as senior manager in DP World. And my reason of joining here is again similar to ma'am, precise communication in my work areas, in my personal life as well. At times I tend to spill a lot coming from my mind, and at times I try to hide a lot as well. The idea is to keep the balance, just like hers.
Welcome to the club. Who are you?
Hi everyone, I am Ayushi Garwa, and by profession I am a chartered accountant and working as a associate in GTMC. So my main aim to be here to enhance my communication skill. I feel hesitate in front of public speaking, so.
Just to add to why we chuckled was because this is an unofficial CA club as well.
Yeah.
I think I believe 40% of the crowd is CA.
Yeah.
Let's get
They
to
can
know.
raise their hands.
I think they are not present
Present today.
That's like they
The president is not here, so that will be
our president is also CA.
Yes. Let's get to know you.
no more guest actually.
No more guests as well. How about you?
Hi, I'm Roshan Kumar. I'm working as an NSD in PP. It's a fintech company, and I monitor basically a watch. I'm here to eliminate my public speaking fear. That's what I'm.
Welcome to the club.
My name is Imant. I was the member in 2017. I tried to rejoin the club and hone my communication skills and stage fear and eliminate my stage fear.
Welcome to the club.
Hi everybody, I am Astha, I am an HR. I, for one, do not have a problem in speaking, but it's the perspectives that I want to get to know more of. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, hi, myself Harsh, and I work in corporate. I just want to get over my stage fear and how I can speak and make people understand my words more quickly.
Okay, you want precise communication?
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Hi, this is Monica. I have around 8 years of experience in corporate. I work with PwC as a manager, and again, I'm here for my stage fear generation.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarita. Actually, I had joined Toastmasters somewhere in 2016, and then I totally lost touch, and I've been traveling a lot. Right now I'm on a break, otherwise I'm in sales and marketing. And I used to have a lot of stage fear, and Toastmasters really helped me out. But when I gave it a break, for such a long time, and it came back again, so I'm here, to fight it back. So lovely to join you all. Thank you so much.
Welcome back.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Monica, and I work also in corporate in Capgemini as a tier 2 engineer with cloud collaboration support. And I joined Toastmaster clubs to bring confidence in my speeches, structures, and everything. Like I'm ready to take all feedback and everything. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Anshuman. I work as an assistant manager at Mar'26. So my primary goal of coming here was to express myself clearly. I will think something and I will express something else. The message would be something else. So that's why
That's a common pain that we all have.
Yeah.
Finally, let's get to know you.
Me?
Yeah.
So hi everyone, I'm Kritika Sharma. I'm currently working with Accenture in the strategy and consulting domain. My reason for coming here is I definitely want to overcome that public speaking fear. Want to be precise in my communication, and I think I'll be transitioning into a member's role.
Oh wow, great, thank you. So you are a member or a guest?
Member.
Okay, no introductions for you. Just joking. Yes, please.
So, hello everyone, I am Abhilash Verma. I have been part of Toastmaster last 2 years. I took a break for 1 year, now again joining back. I was part of virtual US club, but being in a physical world is much better than the virtual setup. So I am here to meet new folks as well as improvise strategic communications. That's my goal.
Okay, welcome. Now that we have known a little bit about each other, please welcome to the club.
I think she's also guest now.
Yes. We have one more introduction. Yeah, please, I'll take it. You can have it. You can take the seat.
Thank you.
I'll find someone. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Can I take a breather of 2 minutes?
Want some water?
Yeah.
So we'll take your introduction at the end of the meeting, if that's
Yeah.
With that, now let's get on with our session for Toastmasters of the Toastmasters meeting. And today's theme is about elevator pitch. I'm very curious which direction it is going, but seeing Sanchita, she'll always take a very interesting turn that I'm not expecting from her. So with that being said, let's welcome on stage Sanchita, telling us more about the elevator pitch. Sanchita.
Can you shut this? All right. Today we are talking elevators pitch,
And let me start by asking you a question. How many of you have... sorry? Okay.
Yes, Pushpender.
If Pushpender nahi aapko-
Let it be,
if it's
just
not
don't
okay,
disrupt the
that's
session.
okay, that's okay.
Let me try asking.
Okay, all attention back here. Let me ask you a question, a very rhetoric question, very easy one though. How many of you have ever introduced yourself to a stranger on who you are and what you do? Raise your right hand up. Keep that hand up and raise your left hand if you think that you still saw confusion on the stranger's face when you told them that what you do and who you are. Wow. Okay, keep that hand up and do this just a little bit. Amazing, no? Yeah. Oh, you're already cheering for me. Thank you.
Wow, that was good.
Well, this gesture that you just did, don't you think it's surrender? Isn't it right? So the surrender would, and when you wave here, don't you think what this gesture means?
Surrender and dance.
Surrender and dance, very good, very innovative though.
Brazilian wave.
It's victory, it's celebration, isn't it? It's victory and celebration, and that's what you do when you are actually understood by a stranger on the way you want it to be, right? So the point that I'm trying to make here is when you are introducing yourself to a stranger or any person, maybe a small child as well, you got to be remembered, and that's when you will be remembered, that's only when you are understood well. And when you are understood, when you are remembered, it's the time when you are actually chosen. Imagine somebody, you are not there in the room and there's somebody at the back, maybe in your office, telling you, oh, Sanchita was the one who is a company secretary by profession, let's ask her this query. Okay, that's the victory that we are talking about here, right? Coming back to the space of elevator pitch, can any of you tell me like what do you actually mean by elevator, by pitch, and what happens when you connect both these two things together? How are they related?
Shortly, making people understand what you wanted to convey, or putting your idea in front of people in a short while or 30 seconds or
Basically
something.
marketing.
And selling your idea in a short span of time. Be precise, concise, and impactful.
Very nice. Any other?
Saying something in a repeatable way that a person remembers.
Fair enough. Yes. Any other?
If you are stuck in an elevator with a founder, you can convey your idea.
Yeah, that's the literal meaning. And how much time does it take for you to get from one floor to the other?
Depends on the fans.
No, 5 seconds.
5 seconds mostly from one floor to the other. If you're happening to be in a long lift, then it might take 30 seconds to 60 seconds, right? That's the time that you're looking forward to when you are actually with someone making an impression, and that might probably be your first and last impression. And you would definitely not want your first impression to be a wrong one on the other person. Okay. So of course we'll talk more about the elevator pitch, but because you told me what an elevator pitch would be like and I've got very nice answers today, let me break some myths about elevator pitches. And the myth number 1 is you got to tell the other person what your name is and what you do. Shocked? You are not telling the other person what your name is and what you do. Then what you got to tell the other person then?
What value do we add in the look?
That's interesting, yes.
Maybe an experience about the product.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yes. So if you're not telling who you are, and trust me or not, everybody would agree with me here that names tend to be forgotten. If you're meeting somebody for the first time, they will never remember your name if you're not meeting them for the second time. Okay, so definitely the name does not matter. It's more about your story, the conversational hook that the listener would want to hear from you, that makes you memorable. And elevator pitches is all about making it memorable. So this was myth number 1. Myth number 2 is that the elevator pitches have to be really rigid and memorized, which is absolutely wrong. I think in these schools, That's what we were taught as students, that it has to be really mugged up and the interviewer will ask you what your elevator pitch is and you just have to go with the flow and just speak out what you know about yourself. That's actually a very, very wrong myth that we are creating in the industry. Elevator pitch have to be conversational, okay? Conversational, wherein you get talking points with the other person, you leave it open for the other person to speak up. And that's how your conversational or interaction with the other person would move on. And if you just tell them, I am Sanchita, I am a company secretary by profession, and the other person in the conference or in the networking event would say, so what? What if you are Sanchita? You are not Shahrukh Khan. Okay? And the last myth that I want to break here is third, is that elevator pitches have to be a 30-second commercial. No, they are not 30-second commercial. You are not going to sell your product in 30 seconds. Definitely, it's not the matter. There are very, very rare chances that you will sell yourself, you will sell your product in 30 to 60 seconds. Elevator pitches are an appetizer. They open the room for making you more space to have more conversation and get you to the other long conversations. Okay? So we'll move on. It's now time to call upon the general evaluator, and in that moment I would want you to think of your elevator speech. Okay? So let's call upon general evaluator Vishwajit along with the team of evaluators.
So now we should think or we should listen?
Both. Let's do multitasking.
Thanks a lot, Toastmasters Sanchita. Good morning to one and all, and a very warm welcome to meeting number 896. My name is Vishwajit and I am General Evaluator for today. Sincere apologies for being late and causing a lot of interruptions. My role is to orchestrate the third section of the meeting, which is the evaluation section, and I will be working on the evaluations along with my team of individual speech evaluators as well as specialist evaluators. I would like to call upon all the specialist evaluators who will be evaluating various aspects of the meeting, such as our counter, active listener, timer and grammarian, starting with grammarian Harish.
Good morning everyone, I am Harish and I am going to be a grammarian for the day. So I'll start with word of the day. The word of the day is ubiquitous, which means found everywhere. And if I were to give you an example, the example would be that smartphones are so ubiquitous that we can't imagine a life without them. And the idiom of the day is bite the bullet. Bite the bullet means doing something which you don't like with courage. So like, I work overtime. I didn't want to work overtime, but I had to bite the bullet and do it anyway. So every time someone uses word of the day, everyone will show thumbs up. And when someone uses idiom of the day, will show a victory sign. And I'll also keep a track of common errors and observations while you're giving your speeches, and we'll discuss them at the end of the session. So let's have a great session.
Let's hope that all of us overcome our fears in the table topic section and bite the bullet and come forward to speak. Let there be ubiquitous eloquence in this meeting.
Just shouting things together.
Just using the word. Okay, it was a little cringe, accepted. Yeah. So, next I will call upon our counter, Sailesh.
Greetings of the day, everyone, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a clutch or a pause filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words including and, well, but, so, you know, and many more. I will also listen to the filler words including and I will also note the speaker if a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will present the report of the number of times each person has used these expressions. Thank you.
And I would also want you to observe and tell us the perfect articulator. who didn't use any filler words during the meeting. Next, I'll call upon the active listener, Satyam.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Urra fe Dyson Pille Vitoria. I will be glad to lere Batagan. Did anyone understand what I said?
No.
Because it didn't have any meaning to you. I wished you happy birthday in Norwegian. So even if you change the language, listening is what adds meaning. Otherwise, everything is just a sound. And today, I will be the active listener. So I will be actively listening to everything that goes on in here. So while you guys will be delivering speeches, giving out your stories, giving out evaluations, I'll be the one quietly listening to you and taking it all in. But here is where it gets interesting. At the end, I'll be coming back. I'll be coming back with a quick quiz to see how actively you guys were listening. So just keep that in mind, that the most impactful conversation happens not when you are speaking more. It happens when you're listening even better. So that is all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Satyam. We really look forward to a fun-filled active listeners session at the end. Welcome. You can take a seat. Next, I would like to call upon Timer Linky.
Good morning, everyone. I am Linky and I'm the timekeeper for today. Imagine a situation, where we talked about the elevator, that you get into the elevator and you have only a few minutes, or few seconds rather. But imagine a situation where you get into it and it's your crush, and you've been wanting to speak to that person for ages, and that person, only it's just you and him or you and her. What do you have? It's just a few seconds, a few floors. Yeah?
Everybody's smiling.
Everybody's smiling. Not everybody's smiling. You just have a few seconds. What do? You need to make an impact, right? So that's where you need your elevator pitch. My role here is to make sure that everybody who's been allocated time meets their perfect time. We have 3 sections, which is prepared speeches. It's going to be 5 to 7 minutes. Then you have impromptu speeches, which is going to be 1 to 2 minutes. And again, you have evaluation, which will be again 2 to 3 minutes. How I will be doing that is indicating you through the flags. If you see the green flag, that means go on, you're doing good. If you see the yellow flag, that means now you need to land the message. You need to say what you want to say to her or her. And the third one is the red flag. That means the elevator is opening and you have to get out. So start counting your exit. So the most important speaker or the most powerful speaker is not somebody who needs more time, but who makes an impact at that time. Thank you.
So, just to add on, the timing for speech is 5 to 7 minutes with an upper limit of 30 seconds. For table topics is 1 to 2 minutes with an upper limit of 30 seconds. For evaluation, it is 2 to 3 minutes with upper limit of 30 seconds. I will request everyone to please look at the timer, and if it is red card, please wrap up within 30 seconds. Also, I see that the projector is a little bit shining on the face, so anyone who is speaking can maybe, here it is not shining,
come a little forward.
and here it is not shining. So come here only when you want to make some impact, and you can move around a little bit. Yeah. So, or if you want to have light in your eyes, that's also fine. But yeah, so
can you set it as a black screen?
You can just turn it off.
Okay, I'll set it as a background.
You have nothing on your face.
So this was the team of specialist evaluators. We will have individual evaluator for each of the speeches, and we have some of the most prolific speakers of our club line today. I look forward to a really interesting session today. Back to you, team mod.
You got the remote?
OnePlus. Yeah.
तब इतने देर से क्या कर रहा था?
मुझे क्या पता था उसको ऑफ करना है करके। मुझे भी पता था उसको ऑफ करना है।
Good यार, thank you यार।
Okay, back to the elevator pitches. I'm sure you're working on the elevator pitch by that time. And to help you build your elevator pitch, I have some elements, very important elements to tell you. And there are 4 elements abbreviated in the form of BECA, B-E-C-A, okay, to help you remember. Okay, so B stands for, anybody can guess what B stands for?
Believe.
Bandra?
Belief.
Background.
Background. Belief.
Okay. Belief is also okay, but
Brief?
for me,
Yeah.
brief, yes. Brevity, I would say. Brief and brevity are both the same words. So, of course, when it's an elevator pitch, you got to be very quick and as brief as possible. That does not mean that you have to move in a fast-paced manner when you're speaking to the other person. It has to be 30 to 60 seconds, which is an adequate time for you to build up your elevator pitches, but it can linger on for more as well, but only to the extent of that the outcome that you want the listener to get away with, put only those words. So that makes me go back and tell you that your elevator pitches don't have to be very rigid. Okay, you got to customize your elevator pitches for every person that you speak to. For example, if you're in your office setting, your corporate setting, you are at some position in your office and you got to introduce yourself to your leadership team in XYZ manner, what you work, what you look forward to, and where are your aspirations, etc. Imagine while you are in a Toastmaster setting and you get to network with a lot of people here, you got to tell them what has been your Toastmasters journey. And where do you see yourself in your Toastmasters journey is something that you would want to talk about. And while you are in your space of your relatives, of course you will not talk about work or your Toastmasters, you will talk about where you want, what is something that you look forward to, your goal in life. Maybe you want to get married or maybe you want to have children. You got to discuss that space and make that space comfortable for both yourself and the listener. So that is B. Quickly coming on to E. E is the energy, the way you speak. And that's the reason I say that it does not have to be mugged up. It has to be very conversational in style. Of course, give the room to the other person to speak up. And that's how you bring your body language into picture. Your tone, your voice variety, the way you position yourself, a comfortable and a straight stance is what makes all the difference. C stands for clarity. Clarity is also good. Confidence is also good. Concise. C stands for conversational for me, but clarity and confidence is also great words to put in your elevator pitch. So, of course, it has to be conversational, not something that you have mugged up. And last, which is A. A is the action, okay, which most of the people miss in an elevator speech. What you want the action to be, you have to leave it open-ended for the other person to move up and come with something. Okay, you just can't be telling them that I am XYZ person, I do XY job. No, you got to end it with something. Can we connect on LinkedIn? Here is my business card. Let's connect offline. Would you want to come over a cup of coffee with me so that we can have good conversations? So that's how you keep it open-ended for the other person to make him or her comfortable, and then connect with you later on in case you don't have any time at that point of time. Okay? So these are the 4 elements that you need to keep in mind, which are B, E, C, A. Right? Now I would now like to call upon our first speaker on the stage, which is Ishita. But before I call upon and introduce Ishita, I would want the evaluator to come up here and introduce Ishita's purpose for the speech. Abhijit, yes, please come.
Good morning everyone, I'm Abhijit and I will be evaluating Toastmaster Ishita today, who is in level 2 project 3 of presentation mastery. Her project is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring, and I would be evaluating her speech on her experience at a prodigy. With that, I leave the stage to our speaker, Ishita.
So, introducing introducing Ishita. So Ishita is a technology professional, a painter and a community leader across Asia Pacific. She's a passionate about helping people grow their careers, build their networks and find their voice. Ishita, can we have you here? You do you, Ishita. You do you, Ishita. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How many of you have childhood scars that you remember exactly how you got it? I have one on my foot. I was dancing and suddenly I stepped on a sharp toy. It was blood all over, multiple surgeries. And a year later, doctors found out that there was a small scrape of that toy still inside my feet. Emotional scars are nothing different. They hide right inside, deep, and quietly shape up the way that you walk into every room. Today I'm going to share 2 such scars that became my greatest mentors. Let me take you back to my 20s. I'm not in 20s, maybe I look like that, but let me take you back there. A girl from Indore, where celebrations with friends used to mean mom making pav bhaji and dad getting chips and pastries and cold drinks. When I came to Delhi, I had my best friend who was a proper Delhiite. She invited me to her birthday party and I obliged. I wanted to be there for her. I was determined. Even though I was standing in a room where clearly I did not belong. Loud music, drunk strangers trying to be a little too friendly, and girls going, Bhaya. But I stayed there because she was my person and you show up for your person, isn't it? Then I saw her cousin trying to push some kind of substance a little too much. She refused very uncomfortably. So I decided to step in. Calmly, I said. She said, no. What happened next? I wasn't prepared for. That cousin, the lady, she went berserk. She started yelling, humiliating me publicly. Who are you? What do you know about having fun? You come from Indore. And some other words that are not proper for this room. Everyone went silent. I looked at my best friend. She didn't say a word. I apologized and excused myself. Later, my friend came to me and said, don't mind her, she was probably drunk. And if you are feeling uncomfortable, I would understand if you want to leave. Strangers can wound you, but when your best friend, she doesn't stand by you, it cuts even deeper. I was heartbroken. Next morning, my mom video called me. She sent something. She's a mom. And I poured my heart out. She consoled me the way only mothers can. And my dad was hovering right behind her. Through the screen, I looked at him, teary eyes, waiting for some wisdom, and he just said, it's okay. You do you. So what do you plan to do for breakfast? I was confused. What do you mean you do you? He said, you will get it later. Don't, you'll figure it out. Heartbroken, scarred. So what I did, guards up, walls built. Few years later, I was in London, headhunted by the firm itself to lead a team there. Everyone was proud. But me, I was pretending to be on a call in my London office, trying to avoid someone. Everyone, not talking to people. I couldn't talk to even shopkeepers without rehearsing at the back. I used to just slip out from networking events just so that nobody could see me and I'm just free. Out of exhaustion, I decided finally to go and confess this in front of my parents. My mom, she believes in tough love. She was angry. What are you doing? You're throwing away the best opportunity you've got. my dad. Worst timing ever. He again said, "It's okay, you do you." This time I was frustrated. What do you mean you do you? Every time I come to you broken, looking for some wisdom, you just go ahead and say these words. I don't understand. He said, few years ago you came to me humiliated and betrayed. You went into your shell. I have seen you come out of that. Build your career so successful that London came calling. You have built your life, you went there alone. But right now, what you are doing, you are still strong, but right now you are not able to express the way you are. Let them think what they think. Let them make opinions. You just do you. So I started small, very small. I started to show up daily. I set up coffee meetings with my client. I was terrified, but I bit the bullet. And I had so many voices in my head. What if they don't understand my accent? What if I just, make fool of myself? But then we went, we sat, we talked. And I was nervous, but world didn't end. So I just kept showing up. I made good professional connections there. And recently, a few women showed up to my event and they said, "You inspired us to show up." Something healed inside. And I'm still learning, but so is everyone else. Everyone is figuring it out. When you think about mentors, what comes to your mind? Who comes to your mind? A CEO? A spiritual guru? Or a wise person with suit just waiting to hand you the map? Some of us will never get that person. What we have instead is a mom who is ready to console us always. A friend who never showed up. A dad with terrible timing and 3 words that don't make sense until life explains them. So I don't know what scars you're hiding. I just want to say, remember what my dad says. Let them be angry that you are unbothered. Let them be confused that you are still standing. And please say it with me. You do you. Thank you.
And of course, we do what we want to do, right? Yeah, great speech, Ishita. I'm very inspired by how you took the entire conversation and the entire speech from part A to part B, and you left us really touched. Thank you. Well, back to the elevator pitch. Now I would want to give my elevator pitch to all of you. So many strangers and so many people that I know here are in the room. So here goes my elevator pitch for all of you. I never knew that being terrified with numbers would and practicing gratitude and teaching my household children very early in my childhood would land me to where I am today. Well, the point I want to make here is being terrified with numbers. That's the reason, in my perception, I didn't took up chartered accountancy and instead chose a company secretary as a profession. And nonetheless, the magic happened there when I was given an opportunity to turn my passion of social service into what I do in my organization, which is taking the position of a corporate social responsibility CSR lead in my organization. So coming to the point, I'm a company secretary and a CSR leader in Baker Hughes with almost a decade of experience. And then goes, sorry, I missed it. So then goes what you want to do, what point that you want to make to the listener there. So I would want to know what your organization does in both these spaces. I'm very intrigued to know. Let's connect over LinkedIn or catch up over a cup of coffee whenever time allows for you. So that's a very comprehensive and a quick one that I've made to you. Not really making it monotonous, but a different storyline wherein you introduce yourself, of course, and also introduce your profession to the other person, and also make it memorable. So I will break it down for you, the entire pitch that I just spoke to you, but in the next part of it. Before that, I would now want to call upon the second speaker, who is Navdeep. And for that, I will also first call upon the evaluator for Navdeep's speech, Tanika, please.
So I'm evaluating today with Toastmasters Navdeep. His speech title is A New Chapter, Pathways Dynamic Leadership, Level 2, Project 3. So there are two parameters on which Navdeep has told me to evaluate. One is vocal modulation and speech clarity. Apart from these two parameters, there are certain general parameters also for each project. Those are: the purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. Second is, the purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. So these are the four parameters on which I'm going to evaluate him today. Thank you. All the best.
Introducing Navdeep. Navdeep is born and brought up in Hisar, Haryana, works at Amazon as a software development manager, and we would want to know more about Navdeep from he himself. Please come here, Navdeep. Navdeep, a new chapter, Navdeep.
Thank you, Dr. Sanchita. Hello, everyone. So, okay, we are going on a journey in this speech. So, every Friday, 5 p.m., I put my backpack into back seat, turn my car on, and onto the highway from Gurgaon to Hisar. 3-hour drive, same drive every Friday, 3 hour, same highways, and apparently same music. This is my life for past few months. Why I have changed? So when I drive on those highways, I am losing my weekends of sleep. Weekends where I come here every Sunday, speaking in front of these guys. This awesome club that I joined. And wait, I am getting way forward. Let me take the journey back. So we are now back in August 2025. Like so many guests joined today, I was also a guest, entered into this room, very nervous, wide-eyed. Speakers like Ishita was speaking at that day also. Bhavit was speaking that day. So looking at those speakers, oh my God, they are really great speakers. What am I doing here? Okay, I was very nervous, to be truthful. What helped me was a table topic section. So there is a table topic section where Toastmaster Tanika was conducting, and somehow I raised my hand and went to the stage. And that guy who joined 1 hour back, very nervous, won the table topic session as guest. And that gave me confidence that I even myself don't know. That okay, I can be here, I belong to this stage, I can join this club and I can improve. And from the next session itself I joined. Winning as guest or table topics was something that propelled me to joining Toastmasters in a week. When I joined this club, I thought I would become a great speaker. From August itself, and I was like, oh, this is great. But let me tell you, looking back at 8-9 months, I hardly remember any moment in this meeting that much, the moments I remember outside this meeting that we spent with this club. The lunch we have after this club, the discussions we had about our future lives, our career and everything. And this club knows how to party. We did an awesome Diwali party. Yeah. So that Diwali party, the guys who were not there, I want to tell, it was like food, music, everything. And there was poker. I taught 50% of them the poker that night. So on that day, there were sections of music. I sang with R.K. Raj sir, and okay, I am little bit bragging. Okay, I will brag. I thought I was player of the match that night. In the music section at least, in dumb charades and music. So my whole history of music knowledge and Antakshari and everything, I showed it. And yeah, everybody was surprised. Don't you have any other work? So this is how I was. And coming on to the speeches, and I will come to the point where I'm speaking again like this. So I did a speech on Virat Kohli of Finding My Fire. I was like, this is my best speech. I was very happy. But I was very startled that anytime I do a prepared speech, I am very good at it. The prepared speeches are going good. And why in my office, the thing I wanted to do a communication on the spot, and in tabletop I was also winning. So why I'm not great at public speaking? I was speaking to GTM Saurabh, and he gave me a one-liner: don't give speeches, don't give table topics, be an evaluator. And that one line changed my life, I'm telling you. Why? Because in evaluation, you have to judge a person on the spot and then give a 3 to 4 minute speech. Be concise, be impactful, action item oriented. I never thought like that way. And so these kind of nuances, that perspectives not my colleagues, not my peers, anybody could give, I could get in Toastmasters. Different kind of roles that you get challenge you at different point of time. Coming back, looking at past 2 months, this was like the best time I watched some months, it was the best time I had with Toastmasters. But 2 months back, everything changed. So the guys who are new, I have not been there here in this meeting for past 2 months. I have not given speeches, no Bollywood trivia, of course, no talks. So what happened for past 2 months is I became a father. To a baby girl, and her name is Naira.
Wow.
So we had a lot of plan. We always plan. We have all the checklist. My wife had the checklist more than my documents of Amazon. But Naira was like, hey, go ahead and plan. I'm coming 4 weeks early. She was, knock, Papa, I'm 4 weeks early. So I was in a key reporting season. It was my peak. I was working 18 hours a day. And she came. Okay, I'm here. No, it's your problem. So everything got into back burner. My priorities changed. Everything changed. For past 2 months, that girl has changed me, but I could not learn in last 30 years of my life. Being patient, being available, being in the present. For example, I used to code only at 3 a.m. in war rooms. I realized life can be a war room. Like waking up every night at 3 a.m., going every weekend from Friday to here, coming back on Monday. Life, we can call it as a chaos right now. So, for example, at 3 a.m., earlier, I used to code, now I used to sing Bollywood songs dedicated to her. So, Roja Janeman tu dil ki dhadkan madam, so jana era tu dil ki dhadkan, ab tu jaldi se so ja. So this is my life, guys. So with this meeting, I wanted to take a speech. I messaged Bhavesh that this is the only weekend I see in 4 to 6 months. I will be here in Gurgaon. So this is a pause for me for Toastmaster journey. This is the speech that I made for. I wanted to reach to a speaker level. Of course, I am not there. I have so much to learn. But I cannot leave this club like this. And it's of course not a goodbye. It's a pause for all these guys. We will have some fun. Or when stars align and Naira allows her Papa to come back, I will be back for sure. And we'll join this club again. Thank you so much. And one last thing. I bought Switch too, so please have it. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can we have one more round? What a beautiful chapter that he spoke about. I was initially, when he was giving a speech, I thought it's the Toastmasters chapter that he's speaking about, and what a turning point that he brought in his speech was, what a climax. Congratulations for being a father. Your smile says it all, how happy you are, and what a chaotic yet very pleasing life that you are enjoying. Congratulations. On that note, I'll move you back to the elevator pitch. Okay, so anybody would want to give it a try, like how your on the spot, like how your elevator pitch would look like. Somebody? Yes, Abhijit.
He's been practicing, I guess.
Yeah, but elevator for what exactly? He's giving interviews these days.
So, if on spot I'm supposed to give an elevator speech, let me give it about a product, right? So, good morning everyone, and I welcome you to ACR. Now what ACR is all about? ACR is a platform that connects businesses with hedge funds and other fund managers. What we do is we build portfolios, we build actionable insights, and we also train the businesses as a community to make it flourish, to make them ready for their pitch, and also stand here in front of the different fund managers and provide their very best. Because you know what makes a person invest in your companies? It's not your product. It's how well they trust you. Whether they think you are competent makes it all the way across for you to get that check in your hand. And that is what my product is all about. Insights, data, and most importantly, the community that trains you, that builds up that very confidence and the very skills you need to make your next elevator pitch right here in front of everyone.
Thank you, Abhijit, for that impromptu elevator pitch. I think he was, of course, talking about his product, his services, but he more gave a speech about what is an elevator pitch, okay? And how we can frame one, of course. So it was good. I would like to break it down a little bit. Of course, it started with a storyline. It had a hook, which actually we would want to have. Then you tell about what your product is, or if you're telling about yourself, then who you are, your product, your service, and your experience in the industry, which actually matters to the other person. That's the second part. Third part would be an impact that you might have created, okay, with your product, with your service, or with yourself when you're selling yourself. It can be called as a humble bragging, okay, and there is no harm in humbly bragging about yourself, because the other person does not know where you stand in the industry or what you do, how you are changing lives, and what sort of an impact you are bringing. Okay, so it's all right to little bit brag about yourself. For example, when I am talking about my elevator pitch, I very humbly tell that you don't know, my passion has turned into my profession these days, and I have never imagined that I will be garnered with the most coveted title of being the most impactful CSR leaders in the industry. So that's when I humbly brag about it. Then people are very intrigued to know, like, how did you get that award? What did you do differently? And that opens up conversations in my future communications and conversations. And lastly, after bragging, I think you got to close with what is the next step that you are looking forward to for the listener, how both of you can connect together and make a synergy, or what sort of a collaboration that you want between the other, between yourself and the other person. Okay, so summing up, it should not be only about me, but for the other person, because the other person is listening to you to understand what is it in for me. Okay, so that's the 4-step framework that I actually liked it. There are many other templates, many other frameworks that you will find on Google, ChatGPT, etc. Go for the one that you find the best. That's what I would say, because for every other speech that you give, it will actually be different depending upon the scenario that you're in. Okay? On that note, I'd like to call upon our third speaker, which is Toastmaster Bhavish. But before calling upon Bhavish, I would like to call upon the evaluator, Toastmaster Jaspreet, to come up here and give the purpose.
A few years back, I was at Eden Garden Stadium. There was Breathley bowling from one end. Saurav Dada was batting. And the ball he bounced. Breathley came with full fire, he jumped and he bowled. He bounced the ball and Saurav Dada hit it over the cover drive. And suddenly the audience erupted. And the song, Kaur Bol Bo Jeet Bo Re, that song was in the audience. That's when I realized it is actually a presentation that I could see right in front of my eye. It was just not the music, it was all the members, everyone who contributed to that. So the presentation is what we look into. Even the movie Dhurandhar, we all talk about presentation. Today we are lucky to witness a presentation in itself. We are going to see Saurav Dada hitting that cover drive shot again and the audience getting mesmerized. we have with us Toastmaster Bhavish. He will be attempting his level 4, project 4, level 4 speech in the presentation mastery. The purpose of his speech is to connect with the audience through his project and receive audience's feedback as well. I wish Bhavish all the very best for his cover shot over the audience in the Eden Garden Stadium.
What a twist, what a plot. And the power of words. Thank you, Bhavish. I would want you all to keep smiling in the session, so I will improvise a little bit. I would want any of you, any daring volunteers, to give a pitch here, elevator pitch. And I'll borrow Linky's idea. What if you were on giving a pitch to your crush?
Giving.
नहीं भाई मेरे को नहीं भाई
बिल्कुल नहीं.
We have more here, maybe we should. It's been very long.
Yeah.
Any daring volunteers? Yes, Siddhant would want to go.
But like, can you repeat to who?
Crush.
About?
Anything.
That is how you yourself.
But she said elevate pitches, but she will get her point.
I think I didn't think this through.
Now he's saying it.
That's called the dare now.
Cool. Welcome to Solio. What is Solio, right? I'm building a brand which is a D2C footwear. What it does, it keeps your feet on the ground. Solio is priced at $1,299. It's better than Crocs, and the inventory is amazing because, firstly, I have only 3 products. Now, how it impacts my crush, like how I'm coming and talking to her. Lately, we have been arguing a lot, and you have been high up on the sky. Solio will help you keep your feet on the ground. You need, I think humility is one of the basic things that is required for human consciousness. This is something that you can work on, and Solio is priced right at the price point, $1,299, including GST. For you, I'll give you a 50% discount, which is called the humility discount, wherein you will talk to me more, I'll try to impress you, and I'll come up with a new color called pink, just for you. Welcome to Solio. Now, you can connect me with the help of an investor, and I propose your father being the first investor.
Not bad.
This is the most random thing I said.
Good. Table topic हो गया.
Had I been the crush, I would have been sold. And
Not sold, Solio.
Yes, Solio, yes. The brand is imprinted, Solio is imprinted, and I'm already being the crush, I'm sold. I'm going to his, and my father is the investor, oh my god. Well, that was very impromptu, and that's what we look at when we are all about on the Toastmaster stage. Any more daring volunteers?
Sachin.
For the same thing.
Not Solio though.
Not Solio. You get to improvise. Sell whatever you want to with your crush.
Haven't you done it, right? Many of them would have already done it.
Of course, that's what we are looking at, some daring people. Come.
Today I want to sell to you a lie. It would be a lie that if I say that I don't look away from your face. Because that is the truth, that everywhere I look, I see you only.
Lie.
It would be a lie that I don't dream about you. Because when I'm out of my dream, you're still there. So I'm no longer connected to the reality. It would be a lie that I would die for you. Because that is also the truth, that I want to live with you. It would be a lie that I like you. Because like is a very small word. And I don't think that you deserve any small ambitions, small goals, small dreams. Because it would be a lie that I would just go to the end of life with you. Because I want to live the next 7 lives. The heaven, the hell, the worst of the situation, the best of the life, the best of this world that has to offer. Because it would be a lie that I don't love. Thank you.
Such a lie.
Well, this was amazing. This was elevator pitch converted into a shairi. And I think I'll not ask the girls here, I'll ask the boys here. What do you think? Like, give me a chair if you feel that it was good.
It was good.
It was very good. Yeah, the boys are sold. Forget the girls. Well,
That would be a lie.
and he just sold a lie. All right. So let's. That's the kind of improvisation that we are looking at when it comes to your pitches. Also, need not be very rigid. Just go with the conversation, go with the flow, and be authentic and yourself. Is that what matters? On that note, I think I'm up on the time. We have the 4th speaker. I'll call upon Siddhant again on the stage, but before that, I'd like to call upon the evaluator for Siddhant, Yogesh.
Again.
Yes, please come, both of you again.
Start line.
Evaluation में होगा वो.
This is a latest news to me. I'll be judging Siddhant, and the thing that I'll be looking for is how he structured his speech, how he is interacting with the audience. The goal of every speech is not just to be here for 5 to 7 minutes. The goal is that you embed an idea, a thought, a seed in the audience mind that when you go away from the stage, people are still thinking about it. You leave them with something that might be important to you, but something that will be important to them. If you go out and people come out to you and say, that was wonderful. Maybe not about the whole speech, we are not the best speakers in the world, but that idea, that one line you said, I'll be looking out for that one line. Thank you.
I'd like to call upon Siddhant on the stage now, and before that, I'd like to introduce him. Okay, Siddhant advises founders during the day and questions his decisions by the night. Very interesting. But his speech today is all about questioning others. So be ready, because he's going to throw some very provocating thoughts to you today. And Siddhant, can we have you on the stage here? His speech title is something I actually struggle to pronounce. So please correct me if I'm wrong. It is opinion. It is.
Opinionitis.
Opinionitis. Okay. Siddhant, your speech title.
Opinionitis is not a word, just clarifying. There were some people looking up on the phone. It's not a word. Cool, I'll just begin. The reason I opened my Crocs, not Cholio, is because I was told that if you walk barefoot, it's good for your eyes. That's how we are sold on opinions, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I have a news to share today. India has over 1 billion experts in finance, in geopolitics, in everything else. I am myself an expert. And in cricket, obviously, how can we forget cricket? Pushpin is not here, but yeah. We are all experts. And you know why we are experts? Anyone wants to take a crack?
Because we don't like talking too much.
That is one.
We have opinions.
We imagine a lot.
Yeah.
We have our
We
own
believe we
opinion.
know
The
everything.
internet.
Being opinion, we know it all.
Our own
Freedom of
experience.
speech.
Freedom of speech. It's free internet and too much time. We all have a lot of time for Gyan. Welcome to opinionitis. What is this? This is a disease of spreading opinions. We have disease like COVID is there, inflation is there. But this disease spreads without being in the same room. Welcome to opinionitis. Now I'll divide this disease on how it spreads. The first is a university. All of us are part of that university. It has no campus. It doesn't require any qualification other than the fact that you need basic phone and internet, and it is free. What is it? Anyone wants to take a crack? WhatsApp University. I was part of a family group of 47 members. 23 of them did not speak after Diwali 2019. That's the truth. And I was part of that group. Every morning there comes 6 voice notes and 17 messages on how you can sleep better, diabetes, on how you can cure everything. Sometimes I wonder I don't even have all these. Right? But it's important to take all the gyan. And I started communicating the same to my cook. That Didi, subah lemon water. Then the next day she said, Bhaiya, lemon to nahi hai. Then I looked up on the group, Didi, jeera. This is how I am trying to adapt. But one day I questioned the uncle who spread the news at 6 a.m. before we could have our morning tea. Uncle, I don't agree with this. Shit. Absolute silence. 5 people were typing and then everyone stopped. I was the rebel. I countered uncle on the fact that I don't agree with the fact of what he spread on diabetes. I questioned 20 years of his expertise in diabetes over WhatsApp, the university that is teaching him. That was a moment of reckoning in my family group. I was outlier. Next day, there were no messages. I was like, what happened?
Kicked out.
I was kicked out of the family. This is what happens in a university where you don't have any degrees. You can be kicked out anytime. After this, we go to the next university. Reels. After 3 reels, everyone is a nutritionist. That day, one of my friends was advising me on how his friend was going through a divorce and he had opinions. I was like, how do you know about it? You don't scroll, he asked me. I said, no, I work. He was like, okay. But I saw 2-3 reels of psychologists, they were divorce experts. And I told him, hey, you're not even married. He was like, doesn't matter. That is how this disease is spreading, opinionitis. And then I asked him, what about the next steps? What should he do? He's like, I sent that reel to him. That's how he should take the next step. We are spreading all the disease with a factual attention span of just 12 seconds. We are part of the same disease and we are spreading it. Now comes the next dimension. LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a very simple hack, right? 2022 November, I think ChatGPT came. 2023 November, everyone is an AI expert. You go to LinkedIn, everyone is building things on Claude. Everyone is building agents. There is a simple hack to LinkedIn. If your coffee didn't arrive, if you're late to the airport, if you didn't take the dump in the morning, just add the word journey. My journey in the morning. And just add 3 points I learned from it. The 3 things. And how do you increase engagement? Please drop your opinion in the comments. This is how the disease is spreading. Everyone is a founder. Everyone is building things on the stealth mode. Everyone is coming here and pitching random brands at Solio. This is what is happening. I myself built that website in 2 hours. Now I can go on LinkedIn and give a gyan. And people will call me, you're an expert. This is opinionitis. This is where things get interesting, and I want you to keep the word interesting in your mind. What is the most worst swear words any one of you knows? Like anyone wants to take a crack? Bhavesh, you want to take a crack because you have spread things? I think, as per me, the worst swear word is a word called obviously. All these experts are obvious. They say, obviously these 3 things are there. Obviously these 2 things are there. Obviously this matters. And what is the striking thing? The confidence. The confidence with the way they speak, like I'm doing right now. Confidence, all of you are mostly sold that, this is a disease. We'll go and discuss. which may not be true as well, but like this is my opinion. But now, I want you to keep one word in mind which was interesting. If you want to actually genuinely sound smart, and if you actually want to genuinely take interest, replace the word obviously with interesting. For example, obviously India will win the match. You know, this match, the stats look interesting. Let us take a look. That is where engagement improves and you don't sound like an expert or you don't sound dumb. This is where things get interesting. Now let me call back to the inferences which I was telling you. The first was the uncle thing. Now the uncle which spoke about diabetes, he's a genuine guy. He's just spreading misinformation. But he's a genuine guy. Now if you want to counter that uncle, I should not have said that I don't agree with you. Uncle, I should have got on a call with him and I told him, Uncle, this sounds interesting. And uncle was like, these Gen Z guys are taking interest. He would then organize a call with me and then he would speak to me. And that is where things would actually get interesting. So if you next time, the takeaway that you should have is replace obviously with interesting. And you know what will be the biggest impact? You will never be kicked out of your family group. Thank you.
Obviously interesting.
Very interesting. That's a very interesting opinion, and I learned a new word today, including all of us. Opinionitis. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, I got it finally. Well, on that note, I think Siddharth gave a commendable speech. He actually opened our thought process and sold us with the idea that all these WhatsApp universities, Read universities, we are so influenced by these things that we consider them as hardcore truth and don't put our brains into what fact lies behind them without doing our research. Okay. Again, thank you, Siddharth, for that perspective, for that opinion, and for that word. Interesting. I will like to wind up my theme for today, which is the elevator pitch, and I'm sure you got some insights on how do you frame your elevator pitch. I was very glad to know that there were some people in the room that hadn't really known earlier what elevator pitches are, and they might have heard this word for the first time. So I was glad to know that at least I'm adding value to somebody's knowledge. Quick tips on how do you make it more impactful is, of course, I will reiterate the fact that you got to customize it. Okay, think about it like when you go to home now. Think about how you can frame your speeches for different people, for different age groups, for different people that you meet, because you would want to make yourself memorable. Very simple. The bottom line is making yourself memorable so that the other person does not really have to recall your name, but should know by the work that you do and the impact that you might have left. So impact, from the word impact, you would want to believe that what value you are adding in somebody's life. For example, if it's a 3-year-old child and he or she wants to have an ice cream and you would say a no, you will again become a devil in that child's eyes. Okay, so but instead you want to have something healthy for the child and you give it and you replace it maybe by a nugget or a cookie or a healthy snack or something, then you got to balance it out. So making yourself memorable, likable is one thing that elevator pitches are all about. Keeping it brief, very brief, not really to rush it, but to briefly summarize on what you want to say. And lastly, an action that you would want the speaker, the listener to get back to you on. So these 3 things, and I think really elevator pitches are not really that hard nut to crack. They are good to have, but I think not many people have it. So please be basically separate from the 80% crowd that really don't have pitches. And I'm sure as Toastmasters, you will really attend a lot of networking events. Like this is definitely a networking event that you meet so many people here. So on, you go to conferences and think about what will you say to the person, your most admirable person if you ever got to meet him or her. Imagine what you would say to them. Okay? And retrospect on how you can improvise it. On that note, I will move on forward with the next segment of the meeting, which is the most interesting segment called the table topic section. And we have a very dynamic, a new father here who is going to be our table topic master for today.
No,
sorry,
not
who's it?
Hemant.
Hemant, so Hemant is our table topic master for today, and he will throw bombs at you. You've got to take them out. Over to you.
Thank you. Hello everyone, good afternoon. I welcome you all to the most interesting part of the session, which is table topic. And as you all know that table topic is more about thinking on your feet and delivering with confidence and clarity. And my theme is again elevator pitch. I think already Sanchita has covered most part of it, but I'll try to cover more of the questions. So I'll call people one by one. I'll start with the Toastmaster first. Anyone wanting to volunteer? The question is, convince someone to invest in a habit, not a product.
Invest in a habit and not a product.
Give me 30 seconds.
It's good to see you smile. It's good to see everybody smiling. Have you ever heard of a lot of products, that sell you dreams, that tell you that you will be attractive after, applying this is on your face. You'll be knowledgeable after, having that course. But there's one habit that can actually change everything. And that habit is the ability to be bored. Now, this is something I learned from an ISC speech back at the area level, where a guy was giving why it is important to be bored. At this level and age, we are bombarded by reels, by WhatsApp universities, by everything, by music, by everything. We are bombarded information right into your brain. It makes us unable to think and process properly. Because we are so much bombarded by information, we cannot truly think through and take a pause, move back and strategize. That is where boredom actually helps you. It opens your eyes. The most brilliant ideas comes while you are bored, while you are doing nothing, while you are in the bathroom, while you are doing seriously nothing. And that's the ability that I would like to pitch to every one of you here. You like music? Good. Do you hear it all day through? That's bad. Build a habit of making yourself bored. Build a habit of not using that phone. Build a habit of staying away from WhatsApp University. It will do you a world of good. And build a habit to be bored, to do nothing.
Anyone next? Any Toastmaster? Yes, right?
Toastmaster.
What's his name? Pitch why time is a better investment than money. Should I repeat?
Why time is a better investment than money. Speaking about maybe April 2015, when I was working on my startup, building a local search engine in Lucknow. I had money, I had people to work upon, I had an idea, and I was working on that idea for the past 1.5 years. But there was something that was missing. That was the time. Why time? Because when I started working on my startup, I promised my father, my parents, that I will take another 2 years to work on this startup just while leaving my professional career. And 1.5 years later, the money was there, the idea was there, but time was not there. Just 6 months down the line, I have to prove them, I have to prove the investors, I have to prove the customers, I have to prove my clients that this is a good idea. But unfortunately, those 6 months turned to 5, 4, 3, and finally 1. But that idea didn't pick up. Now, what could have done? What I could have done? Money was still lying, but the commitment to parents, commitment to myself, commitment to the professional life that I've been working on for the past 7 years, I'll have to switch off that startup and I went back working on my professional journey once again. What if I could have more time? What if I could have asked for 1 more year? What if I could have taken the help from the people that could actually give more time on my startup? Maybe that would have been a different story today. But that's some further time. For today, that I can only say that if I could have taken more time, that startup would have been a better journey and I would have been sharing a different story today. Thank you.
Any guest? Any guest?
A lot of guests. It's like a maze.
Pitch yourself for a role you are not fully qualified for.
Well, this comes at an interesting time. I am in between jobs, so I can totally pitch myself. So the role of an HR is something that's non-tangential to all of us. I mean, look, people often ask, HR karta kya hai? It's a common question, and I get it. But what I'm trying to say is that HR is more of a salesman. We take ideas, we kind of understand what the company needs, we align it to the business strategies, and then we pitch it to the people. We pitch it to the owners and we pitch it to the employees. And what an HR does is that the HR believes that people are the competitive advantage. And we have to sell the idea to both sides. And that is where I feel that I have the expertise. I can sell my ideas, I can sell the upside to a very polarizing idea to both the parties, wherein I say, hey, हमें funding बढ़ानी है, we have to increase the funding to give to our employees. That is something that I'll pitch to the CEO and telling all of our employees that not all of you will get the bonuses. That is something that I'll pitch to the employees. And I'll do that in a very interesting manner. And that is something that I expertise in. So that is me. And that is, if any of you has a company and if any of you is in need of an HR, I am Asta, please give me a call or reach out to me out here.
Any Toastmaster? You have 2 minutes to explain what you do, but without using any industry jargon. Let me explain once again. You have 2 minutes to explain what you do, but without using any industry jargon. Make it simple.
Yeah. For a 5th class.
Hello. Hello. I write. Simple. I write. About what? I write about what everybody has done today. Everybody has sold something here, right? Somebody has sold Soli, somebody Solio, Opinionitis, blah blah things. Agentic AI Day. So I write about products. I simplify things, not with using a lot of jargons. You hear a product from an engineering point of view. I make you understand from a consumer point of view. You hear a startup, I tell you what it does and how it helps you in a simple layman term. How I write. I write it in a certain way that you understand without reading a lot of paragraphs, but 2 or 3 pointers that would actually matter to you.
wouldn't you want something that, hey, I don't want to read 1,000 pages. I don't want to read 10 pages long paragraphs. Rather, I would want somebody, hey, tell me 3 points what it does. How can it help? I do that for you. Would you hire me for that? For telling me just 3 points? Yeah. Nice. I'm done.
Guest? Any guest?
We'll take this the last one?
No. After this one.
One more?
Is it time over?
Yeah, time.
So
We're
this
just
is the
running
last
just to
one.
finish the meeting.
Explain your biggest strength, but without sounding arrogant.
Okay. I would also start with the fact that strength is also very subjective. But at times, if I have to explain it in a very short term, I would say get things done, solve the problems, basically. And that's what I've been doing at my job, at home, with cricket as well at times. And yeah, I would say that would be the biggest strength going forward as well, if any of us wants to work together. That's about it.
Thank you.
We can take one more then. Last one.
One more. This one later. So, simple question. You meet your CEO in an elevator. Convince your idea.
Let me have an idea. Yeah, let's take the problem from both ends. Yeah. So let's set up some context first. So I work in Mar', and due to the global shock in oil and in precious metal earth, so there are some costs surge, and due to that, there are some cost cutting going on in our company across various departments now. So my first question to my CEO: do you know what is actually connected in your network, in your plant network? What type of devices, who is connecting to your network, and how are you sure that whatever is connecting is actually allowed in the network? So to answer that, I am basically taking care of that. What connects in your network, who connects in your network, and what type of processes are running on your systems. I define that. But I find it very challenging to actually verify that if I'm saying this is a computer, if it's actually a computer. So I need something that actually verifies that. So currently there is technology that is critical protection systems that identifies that, and I will like to have that. Yeah, that would be my pitch. Thank you.
5 minutes break.
Yeah, I think we have a break now, right? For 5 minutes.
minutes.
What's his name?
Last guy?
Are you named?
Anshuman.
So our tabletop is Good job. I've seen you taking up so many this kind of roles. Timers के लिए
कोई भी नहीं है, सिर्फ टाइमर लिया हुआ है और कोई नहीं है, और कोई नहीं है।
चलो चलो
I need to be pushed and changed and कभी job है तो मैं कोई जा ही नहीं रही।
मैं आऊँगा अगली बार भी आऊँगा then I'll push for sure.
Yeah, I don't know how people do it. ये फोन में तो मैं कैसे
I agree with your evaluation. पॉज कर दिया किसी ने पहले नहीं क्यों नहीं कोई नहीं करो करो
I felt you but
It's so hard here. Anshuman.
Yeah, the
You were last
one
or
thing I
second last?
realized
Before you, who was it?
I was having great
What was
speeches.
his
I was
name?
able to become a student by
The guy beside Harish.
Harish.
Beside Harish.
Welcome back everyone. We'll start with the evaluation section. Friends, Roman countrymen.
Friends, Roman countrymen.
So we'll start with the evaluation section. We'll start with the evaluation of fourth speaker, Siddhant. I'll call upon Yogesh.
So I'll start my evaluation. Please settle down.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, thanks.
So Siddhant asked me to evaluate him on the leadership, his audience control, the way he is structuring himself. He wanted me not to focus more on his words, but the way he is commanding the room. And I have tried to do the best justice to what he was looking for. The good things about him is, yes, audience control was there. Every single joke that you were making, the use of humor, it was landing. So that's a one great heads up. Second is, everything that you were talking about, like WhatsApp, the family groups, the Instagram, the LinkedIn, people sharing it, it was so relatable for everyone that they could not just run away from it. They had to be captured by all of your speech. They were held tightly because of all of the relatability that you brought. Next, one thing is tonality was top notch. We will come to structure later, but tonality of every sentence that was delivered, the emphasis on the words, the pauses, it was really great, and that really elevated every single thing that you were out saying. Now, if we talk about my recommendation over it, first of all, I would say the opening could have been really better. You came here and you explained that no such word exists. I thought that was the opening. But then you will be like, okay, now I'll be starting. And that's where it broke off. You could have used that as a leverage that no such word exists and everyone starts laughing. And then when you have their attention, then you start leading them to a different route that you want to take. That could have been improved. Next is when you were thinking, every single person thinks in a different manner. Someone looks at the left of their side when they're rational, on the right top corner when they're creativity. Your thinking pattern when you were thinking, you're walking while looking down between sentences. And the problem that erupts there is that when you're looking down, because every single one is looking at you, there are no slides, nothing to distract. So when you're looking down, people's attention also go down with you. What is happening? They lose you for a moment, then your next sentence has to really work hard to get that attention back. Next is, rhetorics were really misplaced, like you used multiple times in the beginning. Okay, welcome to opinion, I don't remember the word. Welcome to this. That was a good rhetoric, but if it had come after a very powerful line every single time, people would be like, oh, we're back to the theme, we're back to the theme. But I felt it was a little misplaced. Next, there was an excessive movement. Movements are like, if I'm emphasizing a point, I might move like this, so I have attention of this kind of people. But what you were doing is, you would use movement and then you stop at a one place. That felt like it was not calculated really well. And you can calculate those movements on the basis of your words, on the basis of your sentences. Next is, open loops were unused. There were a lot of open loops that could be created at the start, like why this word is important, how it is relatable. So every single time when I'm listening to you, I have questions in my mind that you're going to answer. So even at the 7th minute, I'll have a question, okay, I need an answer for that. How do I get rid of this situation? If that had been planted in the starting, it could have been really improved. Next is the good point, coming back to the good point is, like I said in my evaluation, I'll pay attention to whether you leave people with the idea or a thought that they will remember. You did that. And you did that blatantly. You were like, use the word interesting. Then you gave context of it, and everyone was like, okay, this is interesting, and I can see myself using that. These are all the things that happened here. On the leadership side, you really commanded it well. There are some behavioral changes that you'll make, and your speech is near to perfect, but always there is a road to move ahead, and that was a great speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yogesh. That was an amazing evaluation. Honestly speaking, I would not have been able to list down so many areas of improvement. So well, good job on that. Only thing is that when you came initially to introduce, you could have, you could have told the pathway and the level and pathway which Siddhant was having. So that would have been great. Siddhant, amazing speech. Real use of creativity. The word opinionitis, taking off your chappals, and it was humorous and full of creativity. Very well done, and lot of effort you have put in this speech. Really appreciate. Moving on to our next evaluation, I would call upon Toastmaster Jasprit for third evaluation. For speaker, Bhavish.
A great speech by Bhavish. Firstly, I would like to congratulate him on the title itself when he said it's the typo, and he wrote it on the board. And the way he wrote it as well, if you see, it's not just written in one, it's written with multiple layers. He's emphasizing the fact that there could be a typo on this. This is my assumption. So very good. I think you got the audience attention and very good use of the available props as well. Moving forward, I really like 3 good parts about his speech. 3 best parts. As Charlie Chaplin had once said, that it is very difficult to laugh on yourself. And I think Bhavish did a wonderful job. He brought humor to his speech, and I really appreciated that. The second thing, the description that he had, I could imagine him walking into the room. I could see those green color leaves which were even brighter than green. I could see him wearing the blue color blazer when he was entering. So the color description that he used during his speech, I would like to appreciate on that. Bringing colors into your speech was really good. The next part that I really liked about his speech was the subtle hints that he gave. He never meant like what he said, like during when the mindset jump that he wanted to communicate, he left it what the audience could perceive. So I think I really like that, the humor part, bringing that. You let the audience judge what they wanted to perceive on your speech. So you left the audience to decide on that. I like that part as well. The next part that I really liked was the description of the characters also. Navya, you bringing the woman in sari coming and taking you. So I like the descriptive perspective. I like the way you cracked the subtle jokes that you had, and you laughed about yourself. What I felt was missing in your speech was how did the show go on? When Navya came to your desk and she said there's a typo error, what happened after that? How did you end up in the CEO's room and laugh when you laughed all about it? So I felt this part of the story, if you could have added. I wanted to know when I'm sitting in the audience and I'm seeing Bhavish and he realized that there's a blunder of error that has happened because of someone. What actually happened there? What happened in the story? How did Bhavish walk out from the dais and enter the CEO room? What happened there? So that was one thing that I liked. It was another thing which I felt, when you spoke about the mindset jump, I was intrigued to know when you explained to the people that you can release yourself in the night or whatever you explained. As a mindset jump, what was that? What did you want to perceive to the audience? So I felt that also could be explained a little better. And there was one example in which the audience member had said the relative as well. So what did you perceive and what the audience should have perceived? I think you left it to the audience to judge, but I would have appreciated if you could have explained this is what I wanted to perceive and this is what got perceived. So I think it was a great speech. I like the pictorial representation of the entire thing. The way you explained everything, the mindset jump, the way you wrote it, the creativity. I just wish that, I wanted to know what happens on that stage when Bhavesh said and you realized that there's been a typo error. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jasprit. Honestly speaking, this speech has won accolades at various levels. So it was quite difficult to evaluate it. So really kudos to Toastmasters Jaspreet to list down some areas of improvement. I don't have anything more to add. I'll call upon the next evaluator, Toastmaster Tanika, for speaker number 2, Navdeep.
It is truly a pleasure to evaluate your speech during the day. Let me begin with what you did exceptionally well. Even after a break of 2 months, the confidence and the comfort you displayed on the stage were remarkable. There was no hesitation, no sign of nervousness. You looked completely at ease, which immediately built a strong connection with the audience. Your speech clarity, which was one of your points to evaluate, was another strong point. Every word was well articulated and your message came across clearly, making it easy for all of us to follow your journey. I also appreciate your uses of the stage. You didn't restrict yourself to one spot. You moved naturally, which added energy and dynamism to your speech. And most importantly, your content was deeply heartfelt. The way you narrated your journey from being a guest to becoming a member, gaining a meaningful life lessons, bonding during meetings, enjoying moments like Diwali celebration, and finally sharing the beautiful milestone of becoming a father to a daughter was truly touching. That joy on your face was genuine. It was really connected to us and we could all feel of it. That emotional connect is something every speaker aspires to achieve. Now moving on to few improvement areas. One key aspect is voice modulation, which was another where we wanted to evaluate me. While your speech was clear, adding variation in tone, pitch and pace can make your storytelling even more impactful. For example, softer tones during emotional moments and energetics high during celebrations can elevate your audience engagement. Secondly, I felt your hand gestures were quite restrictive. Since your content is expressive and personal, using more natural and open hand gestures can help emphasize your message and make your delivery more powerful. To improve these areas, you could practice reading aloud with intentional variation in tone and pauses. Record yourself to observe vocal variety. Use powerful gestures, for example, opening hands with expressing gratitude or emphasizing milestone. Rephrase in front of a mirror to build comfort with body language. Finally, let me end on a high note. Your speech was not just a speech, it was a journey fulfilled with emotions, growth and authenticity. You have a natural ability to connect with the audience, and with slight improvements in vocal variety and gestures, you can transform from a good speaker into an exceptional one. Once again, congratulations on delivering such a heartful speech, and we look forward to seeing your continued growth in this business.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanika. You followed the classic CRC approach, and I agree with your evaluation. Toastmaster Navdeep, your speech was really authentic, and it had a lot of nostalgia. It also took us back to the party days when you dominated everyone in the Antakshari. So yeah, but only point that I would add to what Tanika already said is that on the structure bit, the nostalgia was first, then you told about what the new chapter was all about. Structure could have been a little bit better. That's what I want to say, that the new chapter should maybe have came earlier than maybe the nostalgia.
And the sweets also.
And the sweets also. Still waiting for them.
We have sweets. Yeah.
So yeah, so after having so much of Abhijit today, all of us will get the honor of listening to Abhijit once again. Toastmaster Abhijit, I welcome you for the evaluation of first speaker Ishita.
Thank you, Mr. G. Now, this is one of those speeches which I already told Ishita about, was one of the most brilliant speeches I have heard. You do you. It had a powerful opening. It had vulnerabilities as strengths. It has structural symmetry, and it reclaimed the idiom "you do you" at the end of the very speech. making it a whole circle. Now, I'd like to go on and praise the speech all I want, but there are really not much recommendations I truly have for this one. However, there are multiple answers to any problem in life. In life, we are told one formula fits the problem, but that is definitely the false answer. There are multiple answers to this, and when I hear the project of this, which was Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring, I think there can be a different perspective. However, this is also an answer that the speaker effectively demonstrated mentoring by a specific mindset guided by an idiom that guided her throughout different life journeys. However, this particular project could have been more enhanced by having your experience as a mentee and having a whole mentor instead of an idiom. If you could have just given life experience of finding a mentor, going through the entire mentorship journey and becoming a better person, which is another speech altogether and does not fit into the category she did. This is an alternative and not really a recommendation. However, that would have been more apt for this particular project. With that, I actually again, last day I was looking through a video and I was looking through things that could, enhance your attractiveness without your physical trait. And that is one, self-fidelity, second, warmth and openness, and third, competence, all of which was shown in her speech. From the mother ready to console, the friend didn't show up, and the father with that idiom, you do you, relevant until the very last through her own life lessons, was something that was vulnerable, something that was memorable, and something that stuck throughout to me in the end. And that is all that I would say. That is excellent speech for this one. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhijit. Ishita, that was an amazing speech, and what I really liked about the speech, what we all can learn from Ishita's speech is that her title was, we learned about the title in the beginning, and the entire speech was anchoring around that title, and in the end also that title came and it made a lot of sense that why she chose that title. So, and it also left an aftertaste in the end when she used it in the context of how her father's advice helped her, which earlier didn't seem obvious, helped her understand what she was struggling with. And her speech was through her genuine life experiences, assimilated over time, and that's why it was so powerful. So yeah, amazing speech. Now we'll move to our specialist evaluators. I'll first call upon our counters. Wait. I'll first call upon the grammarian Harish. After not so much ubiquitous use of word of the day and idiom of the day, we'll have the grammarian's report.
So here I am with the report. I'll start with who used the word and who did not. Vishwajit used the word a couple of times. Even though it was not the most appropriate use. Ishita used idiom of the day once. Ishita also used a great word present, which is out of control, anger and excitement. So great word for all of us to learn. Then Toastmaster ETM Saurabh, he used being said that. That's maybe a slip of tongue, but that's wrong grammar. We could have used other alternatives like having said that said, or however. Sailesh, just one little tip for you. You have a great substance when you're speaking, it's just that your pace is very, very high. So I would suggest you to slow down a little. For Navdeep, you said you used a sentence that gave me confidence that I myself didn't knew. So that's a little wrong usage of grammar. Didn't already puts the sentence in the past tense, so we have to use the present tense. Then you all used great words like startle, which is suddenly surprise. You used put on the back burner, which is to delay or to deprioritize. Then Bhavish used a great word, immaculate, which means clean or neat. And he also made a speech typo, or a slip of tongue rather, which was awfully odd. The correct usage would have been oddly off, which means something that feels slightly wrong. So these were my observations. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harish. That was a really commendable job finding out the areas of improvement in grammar. However, the recommended best practice at Toastmasters is that all the good usages of grammar we can point out to respective team member, respective Toastmaster, that what an amazing use of grammar that person did. And all the areas of improvement, we say someone used XYZ. This could have been ABC instead of XYZ, whatever. So yeah, but good job finding out the errors, especially with Bhavish's speech. So yeah, calling upon the next specialist evaluator, I'll call upon Sailesh. Yeah.
Now I come with my report. So Ishita had a very good speech actually. Just she used R once and she just used repeat word, which is I. And Navdeep had some issues in which we had he used R once so many times, like twice, and repeat words and multiple times. Bhavish, commendable job. I couldn't find any filler words that he used. There were no or any other words that he used. Great job. Then coming to Siddhant speech, he had used R twice and I once. Like he repeated the words I once, like I. Then coming to table topics 1, we had Abhijit as a speaker. So he used R once and thrice. Speaker 2, Mohit, used R twice. Then we had Asta, who has used R multiple times. Sachin had also had a very clean speech. I couldn't find any issues in that. Then coming to table topic 5, Mohit had used R twice. Then coming to table topic 6, they used R thrice and also so thrice. Coming to evaluators. So for evaluation 1, Abhijit used R thrice and once. Tanika used R once, once. And Jaspreet had R multiple times. Then Yogesh had R once and once. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sailesh, for observing all the R's and Ums in detail. I will call upon the active listener Satyam.
Nice music. Active listener, nice.
I'm English King. There.
Let's start. So the real test of listening is not what you hear, but what you remember. And that's what I'm here to check. So maybe you can sit over there. Okay. So maybe you can help me keep up this course.
Okay.
That's all right.
My team will win.
Let's see. Okay. So I'll be dividing the entire room into 2 teams. Ma'am, if you could move slightly.
Okay, which team B?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
You're okay with it. Okay. So everyone on your left is Team Dragon. Everyone to your right, including you, is Team Tiger. Right? Tiger and Dragon. Dragon, Tiger.
Crouching Tiger देख
And the team is not going to answer it entirely. I'll be selecting a random person from each team, and preferably I would want to select a person who wants to be selected, right? So of course that would be my preference. So I'll start with Team Tiger. So Team Tiger, first question goes to Toastmaster Abhijit.
We want more Abhijit.
So Toastmaster Abhijit, according to Toastmaster Sanchita, what is being generally considered but is not an elevator pitch?
Good question. Can I pass that question to others in my team?
No, pass it to
You
us.
cannot pass. It will pass to another team.
Yeah, I'll try at least. What is not considered an elevator pitch is something that is not time bounded, because elevator pitch is about only 10 minutes.
These words.
What is your name and what you do?
No.
Correct.
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 That's correct.
That's
correct.
That is not
Next
correct.
question.
No, he's making things
Next
up.
question.
I can try. It is not an advertisement, something like that. It is not a marketing.
You tried, but he didn't. He was not
She
able
said
to
it's
answer.
okay.
So
Yes, sir. Please allow me.
Actually, correct. But I'm just for the correct answer.
Marketing.
So okay, I'll give you 0.5.
It's
Okay.
not marketing.
It's not marketing.
Don't give him 1 point. Give him 0.5. Okay. Now
What is
the
the
question
correct
goes
answer?
for Team Dragon. What is the
Correct
right
answer.
Why marketing?
It's not a 30-second commercial. That's
marketing,
what
yeah.
she said. Okay, so now question for Team Dragon. Whew. Okay, so again a question related to our team. What elements of an elevator pitch as per Toastmaster Sanchita?
Pick a person. Pick a person.
Okay, let me pick a person.
Exactly. वहाँ पे बोलो भी नहीं है.
Toastmaster
Bika.
Huh?
Bika.
And can you explain?
No.
Yes.
But you gave me a partial answer.
I can explain.
Action.
Energy.
No, but that's I know the answer.
He knows, I know.
It has to be past action.
Nice answer.
Zero?
Pavish को
Because
Bika तो पता है.
Partial answer was right.
one one person he was not able to answer. 0.5.
0.5.
Okay, let's give him 0.5.
Good fight. Good fight.
Killing it.
We need to.
So,
How many more you have?
a lot of questions
Okay,
that,
sir.
have been derived from Toastmaster Sanchita. Let me ask another question. Okay, so what did Navya said to Toastmaster Bhavish after she escorted him to the room? And I'll ask.
अरे तो अपनी की तरफ से क्वेश्चन रिपीट करो ना. अभी मैं इधर हो गया.
What did Navya said to Bhavish after she escorted him to the room?
Before.
Right after she escorted.
मैं बताऊं?
मैं बताऊं?
That beautiful girl, yes. Beautiful part, right? So now it will pass on to the.
Yes.
Let me.
It has to be passed.
Satyam is right.
Satyam.
Listen.
I'm in this team.
Okay, hold on.
Listen, excuse me.
HR ma'am.
Yeah. Hello? Excuse me, listen to me. You are partial. You allow one person.
Exactly.
I
agree.
Because it was based on the
So
answer
the
given
other
by
people
Bhavish.
answer. You are not letting
he
this
did
give
give
me
me
answer.
Exactly.
Right answer.
Like here they are picking people. They are letting you down.
Yes,
You will get easy questions.
you are clearly doing that.
Okay.
No, he answered. He
Satyam.
Okay, guys.
Even though I did answer.
It's okay.
The most
This one,
controversial.
what I am telling,
Deep
right?
conversation.
You like deep conversation.
But what?
It was right.
I like now.
Hold on. Because I find deep conversation stimulating. That was the essence.
Okay, I think
ठीक है, let's not
Zero. Satyam. A rule. Rule change. You choose a person. If he answers is 1, if his team answer 0.5, you do that. Team had a
खत्म हो
chance.
गया टाइम
Okay. Last question for both teams.
एक मिल गया तो.
So, okay, describe humble bragging example by Toastmaster Sanchita. And this goes to this team. Of course, you won't be answering it. There was an example given by Toastmaster Sanchita for humble bragging.
बता दो
इनका
पूरी
pass हो
टीम
गया मैं
कम ऑन
आता।
टीम
खत्म करो.
Satyam said this question is for both the teams.
इनका क्वेश्चन हमें पास हो गया.
She's lucky enough to work for something that she's passionate about. She's working at CSR, leading CSR. actually.
10 crore.
yes nice
Yo.
0.5
Got it. Equal हो गए. It's a tie.
आज तो बारिश
It's a tie. It's a tie.
no
Final question is over now. Time.
Okay. So name of the product that Abhijit pitched and what does it do?
no it was ACR
Amazing active listening session. What it was missing was a trial by combat. Ultimately
Trial by
led to
Active listener was under pressure.
So yeah, I'll call upon last but not the least timer. Toastmaster link.
See, the session was brilliant. It's a full room of so many people on a Sunday morning. Thank you for coming. I will quickly take you through. We've understood that elevators are very important, right? It can be a boss, it can be a crush, it can be anything. So elevators, we talked about elevators and elevator pitch. I just want to add one more thing about elevator pitch is that sponsorship is, elevator pitch and sponsorship also can be connected in an organization. In case you want your boss to pitch you somewhere, he needs to know you. He might know you by name, but not necessarily your boss, even people in the organization, you have indirect sponsors, they need to know you. So you need to introduce to them or talk to them in such a way that they can repeat who you are and what you are, so that they can pitch you for a project. So that's one that I wanted to add. Okay, so quickly on the timings. Everybody was more or less within time, just one or two people, maybe not. TM Sanjita took some time because we had 2-3 examples of elevator pitches. Ishita 7.14 seconds, Abhijit was 2.34, Navdeep 6.37, Tanika 2.59, Bhavish 6.6, Jaspreet 3.18, Siddhant 7.5, Yogesh 4.13, and that's pretty much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Linky. What I really liked about her role as a timer was she was taking her job seriously. Unlike many of the timers, she called upon everyone that the break was over and everyone has to come back so that we can start on time. And now I'll give my general evaluation of the meeting. So I was late to the meeting, apologies for that. And but the session was really amazing. Starting with the T-Mod session, everyone was engaged. There were multiple people got chance to come to the stage and give their own elevator pitch. So it was really a textbook example of how a T-Mod session should be. It should be engaging. It should be relevant to people in the audience. So yes, and then followed on by the amazing speeches we had. A few things that I would want to add while leaving the stage, we should ideally shake hands and hand over the stage to the person who is moving out. Few of the cases, the pathway and level were not clear, so the speakers should proactively reach out to their evaluators and tell them, give them the format that they want to get evaluated on. Yeah, that's almost it, and I hope the education team is ready. So I will hand over back to the presiding officer.
Thank you. I hope you had a good Sunday today, well spent. With that being said, now we'll be moving on to first and foremost is the voting round. So let me just list out the name of people who have participated in today's meeting itself. So let's look at the speakers. We had Ishita, then we had Navdeep, followed by Bhavish, and then finally Siddhant. And for evaluators, we had Abhijit, then Tanika, Jaspreet, and finally Yogesh. And followed by that we have auxiliary role players, and the names are as follows. As you can see, timer was played by Linky. Please raise your hand. Followed by grammarian and Harish. And our counter was Shailesh. And active listener was Satyam. And finally the role players were for the theme of the meeting, which was T-Mod, and T-Mod was being played by Toastmaster Sanchita. And TTM was, table topic master was Toastmaster Hemant over there. And our GE was Toastmaster Vishwajit. Okay, that was a very conservative hand raise. That's fine. But do we have the list of table topic speakers?
Yeah, we do.
Can you just thank you.
TTS, start. On the right side.
Okay, thank you. So our first speaker, table topic speaker was Abhijit, followed by Mohit. Then we had Astha. Then Sachin. Again Mohit, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mohit.
Okay. So what's your last name?
Mine is Lal, Mohit Lal.
Mohit Lal and Mohit Sharma.
Arora,
sorry. My bad. Mohit Arora and Mohit Sharma. And then we have finally
Arora and Lal, not Sharma.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, sorry again. And finally our last speaker was Toastmaster Anshula. Perfect. With that being said, as now you can actually start voting. I hope all the members who are adjacent to our guests, they'll be sharing and helping our guests vote as well. So please help them with that process. In the meanwhile, let's get to know our experiences from the people who have attended the meeting for the very first time or as guests. So let's start with Ivan. Will you share your experience?
Yeah, definitely. Should I speak from here?
From there, sir. Yeah.
Very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Akshi Kataria, and I'm a practicing company secretary. This is the first time I'm attending a meeting like this, which was very spontaneous of me. I was looking for networking events and everything, and also I'm very much into web public speaking, as an I'm educator as well. So yeah, this was a very good learning experience, especially the grammatical things which you evaluate. The evaluation part I really like, so that I think that a person like me who is okay with English but needs a bit of evaluation can work well. Thank you.
Thank you. How share your experience?
Yeah, it has been quite wonderful joining you guys here, and especially with Navdeep, considering that we both come from the same background of software development. I know it's quite difficult and hard to get into this domain and take command on the stage. So quite good, a lot of things to learn, and maybe happy to continue as well.
Yeah, welcome. Would you like to share your experience? Yeah.
Yeah, hi everyone. So it was lovely for me because being working in IT, I always work behind the computer, so it's amazing, and I see that Toastmaster has so many wonderful roles, so everybody get to speak every day and get into different roles. Yeah, it was wonderful, first time here. So.
Thank you. Would you like to share your experience, sir?
Next session.
Okay. So, would you like to share your experience?
Yeah, so I have been part of Toastmaster, but sometimes it becomes very dry. But I really like here the warmth and the connection people share in this space. So that's a positive of a club, and I think the coordinators and the president would be happy about it. And that's the experience I have for the first time. I'm looking forward to continue this journey. So thank you for having me here. That's all.
Thank you, thank you. Would you like to share your experience?
Sure. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the session, I'm here to collect perspectives, and this is exactly what this session meant for me. I collected a lot of perspectives, I collected a lot of mindsets, and thank you for having me and accepting me.
Thank you. Are we still working on our voting? Okay. Would you like to share your experience, ma'am?
It was quite an interesting place to be today. Watching, the courage. They say courage is when you do something even when you are afraid to do. So I could actually see shaking hands and that nervousness. In spite of that, the delivery of the ideas or their viewpoint about a topic was amazing.
Thank you. We pride ourselves in creating this non-judgment space, and I really like that we have been able to maintain this through years, and this helps us come to the stage and no one is getting judged, and you can actually express your heart out and get better at this skill. As this is a very hard skill to learn, it's not an easy one to work with. We'll have one more. Would like to share yours?
It was a good session, apart from Hemant giving us an unfair time. But yes, I think it was much more interactive than the previous session. So
mixing up names. Hemant is becoming a father and also
I think it all harkens back to Bhavish. He started this.
करे मैं भगवान हूँ क्या?
I was also shocked that Hemant ने क्या किया। जैसे अभिजीत का स्टोरी होगा।
वो अभिजीत नहीं है, वो सिद्धार्थ
Feedback, but in a positive. Judging is very easy. Okay, good to go? Yes. Fine. Okay. So now we are ready for the award giving ceremony. So let's start with our best auxiliary role player. Any guesses?
Grammarian.
Yes, it is our grammarian. Very strict grammarian. Congratulations. Now we'll look at the best table topic speaker.
Abhijit.
Is it a fixed match or something? Abhijit, I think.
Yeah.
More Abhijit. Abhijit Pro Max.
Evaluation is baki hai.
Now we'll be announcing the best evaluator.
Abhijit. Yogesh. Yogesh.
It is Yogesh.
Yeah.
Yes. Congratulations. Now, वो decide हो बीच में change हो गया. I think it flipped in between. The next is the best role player award among our team or Sanchita, TTM.
Sanchita.
पहले ठीक है बोल नहीं थे. It's no Sanchita. Yeah. You have been after long, ना?
हो गया ले.
अब लिया.
I'm posing for the other camera.
Now, as you can see, there are two certificates in my hand. So it's a tie. And it's been broken between two people. किसने बोला? सिद्धांत and Bhavesh और सारे कर लेते हैं ना. It's actually Bhavish and Ishita.
Yeah.